Rise and shine, Wild Pack. It's Bernadette. I am here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for Thursday, August 12th. How is everyone this morning? How are you? Woot woot. Oh, already? I see what kind of morning it's going to be. Hey, Katie Joan Reader, you're not a reader. You're a scammer. Don't come on my channel. Black Ola. What a way to start out the morning. The band hammer is strong. Woo! Bam. Okay. Amanda, no, I'm not doing lives every day. Although I kind of was thinking about it. But anyway, how is everybody this morning? Everybody ready? I know, Lily, right off the bat. Great googly moogly. I had a horse when I was a kid. Horses. Oh, thank you. My raspberry. It is. You know what? I love that. I love that you describe it as raspberry instead of pink. That's just that extra elevated yumminess. I'll dig it. Okay. So Mary Margaret Spooner, that's awesome. But I'm not doing mediumship today. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Teapot. And so let's just jump right in there. Thank you so much to everybody, that left reviews yesterday. We're going to be, finishing that up today. This will not be an hour and a half live. I'll be like, I don't know, a half an hour finishing everybody up, maybe 45 minutes. And then I'm going to zoom. So, just a couple things really quickly. If you are new here, it would be awesome if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notifications bell so that you get all the new alerts. And I have to tell you all, it is, over the coming months, the sheer volume of teaching videos that I have slated to turn out are no joke. So if you are interested in learning psychic development, mediumship development, tarot reading, super in particular working with the spirit totem and power animals, shamanism, I'm your girl. I got you. And we're going to go into numerology. We're going to go into zodiac signs. We're going to go into color theory and color psychology, that kind of thing, because it all blends in when you're looking to understand signs and omens and signals from spirit, or, wherever you think they're coming from. Lisa, preach it, teach. Yes. Can I get a witness? So, so just so's you know. Anyway, oh my gosh. Has anyone had whack vivid dreams over the last couple days? I have, Kimberly. I certainly have. Like nuts. That's why my wagon is dragging a little bit this morning. I got woke. I got woke. Oh, I want to talk about that with comedy, but I can't. That's not what my channel is for, but I want to. Maybe I'll open a different channel and I'll be, like incognito. I'll give myself some kind of weird name and then I'll just tell jokes. Maybe I'll do that. What will I be? What animal would I be if I hid like that? I don't know. I'd be something deep under the sea. But anyway, all right. So if I did not get to you, I know, dramatic pause, right? Was that dramatic enough for you, Lisa? Okay. So first of all, thank you to Teapot. You didn't have to be here today, but I love that you are. And thank you so very much. I haven't seen Amy yet. Calling Amy Pittman. Aisle 3, please. Clean up in aisle 3. So I don't know who I missed yesterday because the chat was going so fast and I was in like super psychic mode. Super psychic. So if anybody left a review yesterday and I did not get to you, would you please just plop your name and say me? Just write me. If you didn't get a reading yesterday and you left a review, if you're going to leave a review today, and for those of you that weren't here yesterday, I am asking for Amazon reviews. Well, Amazon testimonials and reviews, but they got to be honest. And so if you have the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck and you have not left me an Amazon review, if you'll leave a review, if you will write a testimonial, that would be awesome blossom. So Surya Ann, okay, cool. So you left a review yesterday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me grab my cards. Surya Ann. Huh. Okay. Okay, so oh wow. So Kai Kurana, you have an ARC deck, and you left a review already. Kai Kurana, I don't recognize your name. Not trying to call you out, not trying to be difficult, but I don't recognize your name. So let me know where you bought your deck. That would be awesome. So Surya Ann, all right. Amy Pittman, please tell me you are here. Cool. Okay, Surya, I'm getting to you. And Raven, I don't remember if you got a reading yesterday. If you didn't, let me know. Just put me. Again, Kai Kurana, I'm not trying to start a problem. I'm not trying to be ugly. I just need to know where you bought your deck. Okay. And so you bought your deck from a local shop. Okay. Lightfoot, don't know you either. Aw, thank you, Angel Art. Yeah, it counts. Of course it counts. And you're also in class, and you also supported the ARC, or the new book. Of course it counts. All right, y'all, I don't see Amy. I don't know where she is, so I'm gonna have to write all these names down. Give me just a second. I will try to keep up with this. Please, nobody send me hate mail if I skip you, because I'm trying to read and take care of these names at the same time. So Surya. Marcia, you didn't get a reading yesterday, Marcia Taylor? Really? I don't remember. Yesterday was a long time ago. Okay. So to make it clear with everybody today, I am flipping cards specifically for people who have left a review or a testimonial, same diff, on Amazon for the ARC. That is exactly what I am doing today. That's exactly what I did yesterday. And then tomorrow, just so you guys know, I had a calendar kerfuffle, and I am doing the live tomorrow at noon. So, Kimberly and okay. Raven, did you get a reading yesterday? I don't remember. Okay. Amy. Okay, thank goodness you're here. Okay, so Amy, I've got Surya, Marcia Taylor, Kimberly, Leanne Fryer, Kimberly Leanne Fryer, I swore I did a reading yesterday. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Shelley. I'm glad you liked your reading. Okay. My brother's name is Kai. Okay. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Lisa. Lightfoot. Angel Heart, I'll flip a quick card for you. Oh, cool. Pictures are really helpful, y'all. Thank you, Raven. Pictures are really helpful. Okay, yay, Amy's here. I don't know what not me then means, Lightfoot. I've got you on the list. Oh, hey, Peter. How are you? Hey, Peter, did you get your deck yet? All the way over in... Aren't you in Brazil, maybe? I don't remember. And we'll talk this week. So, all right, let me get going. All right, Surya. So, Surya, when I'm stepping into your energy, I keep seeing a lot of water around you. So, are you a water sign? Do you live near water? Did you grow up near water? Or are you, there's some, or are you like in a really big emotional place at the moment, Surya? Okay, Surya, I'm going to need, well, yes, you are. Because the card that came out for you is the eel. So, Surya, I need you to chime in here, and I need your permission to talk about some serious stuff that's coming through. It's not negative in any way. It's just kind of deep. And, okay. So I have to know before I move on, Surya, I've got to identify what all of this water is around you. And if you are going through let me say it again, a deeply emotional time, or you might even term it deeply contemplative, or just really quietly going within to figure out like serious, like big stuff in your life. Is this correct? I'm going to assume that it is. I mean, I'm a psychic after all. So I'm going to go on that. And here's what this is all about. When eel comes to you, it's a snake. Maybe right. That's what I said. Big changes. You're considering big changes. Exactly. Okay, great. Thank you. That means I'm in the right energy for sure. So whenever we're talking about an animal that is closely associated with dragon or snake, which of course eels are, it always means epic change. Always. And when you're talking about an eel that's so deep in the oceans, now you're talking about, when I say serious, I don't mean negative in any way. What I mean is that it's going to take, you're being given a heads up from the animal kingdom that you really have to take the time to consider your options before you make a move. And I feel like you're leaning one way. It's almost like you think that way the grass looks greener on the other side kind of thing, but it's not. And you just could have no way to know that right now. It might look shinier, it might look like an easier path, but if you go with the path that would require more work, more contemplation, well, not more contemplation, but like more work, and it would require you, and it would require you to learn a new thing, and like a new thing. But I just can't begin to tell you how great that feels. Now, having said that, let me say this. Again, when we're looking at an inverted card, because I do read, and for those of you that are new here, I do read with my own Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, and hey Pearl, and it is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot cards, that system, and I do read with inverted cards because they don't necessarily, to me as a reader, mean like bad news or the actual opposite of whatever the upright tarot card meaning is. For me, it has always come to mean that mostly that's the challenge of that card. So upright, this card would certainly mean that, it's time to just, especially with all the purple in the card, right? You've always got to pay attention to what color the animal is. There's so much purple and blue in here that with it inverted, I know, Surya, that you're not necessarily hold on, I gotta block somebody. Okay. You're not necessarily listening to your own intuition, and you're moving into a time where you really, really, really need to do that. Like really, whatever this big change thing is that you're going on, it's going to call for you to see things before they happen, if that makes sense. I hope that's helpful. I really encourage you to look up the eel in the arc and in the book and see what it means, because I always think it's not more elevated than just a regular snake, but it's deeper than a regular snake, because it is in the ocean. And this happens to be a moray eel. So I would take a look at what moray eels mean, their habitat, their breeding habits, where they live, where they're found, any facts or anything about them. And I hope that's helpful. Okay, moving on. Marcia Taylor. Marcia Taylor, I am flipping a card for you. Whoa, holy cow. Marcia Taylor, I got a question for you. Are you moving or fixing to do, I'm a Southerner. Are you fixing to do some travel or something? Because you're welcome. I hope that was helpful, Surya. I know it sounded maybe a little vague, but it really, really wasn't, because if I just, let me go back to Surya for a minute. If I just boil it down to like an elevator speech, these changes that are coming, they will impact you for the rest of your life. Now, everything we do does, right? Everything. But this is like the course that this decision will set you on will be such an amazing trajectory for the rest of your life. Please, please take the time to sit with your own psychic ability, your own intuition. Okay, so Marcia Taylor, when I started to step into your energy, I don't know if you saw me start to do that, and I was like, whoa. I wanted to like, vroom, like move ahead, like I was in a car rushing somewhere, or on a train or a plane or something. So is there something that you are moving toward, even if it's not physical travel? Is it something that you're moving toward, you're trying to achieve, because there's a tremendous, tremendous amount of force behind it? Marcia Taylor, I hope you're still here. Please tell me you're here, Marcia Taylor. Marcia Taylor. This is like calling Dr. Bombay from Bewitched. Dr. Bombay, calling Dr. Bombay. There you go. Okay, Marcia, are you moving towards something? Are you moving? Are you doing some traveling? Is there something you want to achieve? Is there someone that you're moving toward? There's like a specific goal in mind, and my whole body started to lurch like this. So there is a tremendous, tremendous amount of energy behind it. Wow. Okay. So here's the thing. Or you could be moving away from something very quickly. You want to move away from something very quickly. So Bluebird, okay, just trying to have better intuition. Scale of 1 to 10, how much, 10 being the most, how much are you trying, or how much do you want to? Here's why. So I am the Bluebird, which is the 3 of Swords, which in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot is the 3 swords piercing the heart. Traditionally, that's not such a great card. It does speak of emotional loss. Oh, here it is. It does speak of emotional loss, and it does speak of emotional pain. However, I need to do better than I do. Marcia. Okay. All right. I hope you'll understand this. Even though in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot Smith deck, you see these 3 cards, or you see the 3 swords piercing the heart. However, all around it is blue skies. And so that's why the Bluebird, because the Bluebird of happiness, wanted to be this card to let anybody that's experiencing an emotional storm or emotional strife, that things will and do get better. Oh, emotional waterfall. Okay, is that what you're experiencing, Marcia, is an emotional waterfall? Okay, well, that would make a lot better sense why this card is coming out for you as regards this thing that you're trying to move toward. Okay, so specifically, Marcia, are you having an emotional waterfall at the moment? You've got a lot of stuff going on in your heart chakra, and you're experiencing emotional upheaval. Okay, that's what I'm taking away from what you wrote, which goes back to the whole point of Bluebird showing up for you. So that said, there is Marcia, let me tell you what I'm being shown. I've got a picture in my mind of a bluebird with the little wings crossed, just looking at you like this. And what that means to me is that you are just not a person who really asks for help. And this is a time for you to ask for help. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, and if it's emotions, if it's intuition, if it's any of those things, I would really, okay, nope what? Okay, nope what? Okay, I got to know what nope is, Marcia, so I can get you this, I got to know what nope is. Can you just type it real quick? Right. Asking for help. Okay. So you are clarifying you don't ask for help. Okay, great. All right. So, and by the way, for those of you that are studying psychic anything, mediumship, anything, tarot reading, I would really encourage you to start looking through the evidential portion, like really starting to identify with being an evidential psychic medium, because the evidence like that is crucial to clients, and over time you would see that. But here's the thing: even if you won't ask a human for help, right now you're being called to ask for help from Bluebird. Because when I have an animal literally appear in my mind, that's like a big deal. That's like, hey, pay attention. And literally it's like, I'm sitting right here. What's the problem? So I hope that's helpful. I know that Bluebird will help you, but you just got to ask for the help. Contrary to popular belief, and I have no proof of this, it's just what I've observed in my readings and in my practice, that animals and spirit guides and angels don't just rush in and not give you a choice of what you want to do. They don't rush in to save somebody's life unless somebody wants their life saved. They don't rush in to fix a situation or help a situation unless they, unless you ask. And you don't even have to ask it out loud. You don't even have to ask it from here. Sometimes we just ask things. We send the cry for help out, our SOS. We send it from our heart. We send it from our subconscious, and there they go. So you've got to ask. You've got to ask, Marcia. Okay, moving on. Kimberly, I told you I would flip a card for you really quick, because I may have gotten you confused yesterday. You've got the Judgment card, which is the whale. Now, when I step into your energy, hold on, let me take a sip of water. I'm not 100% out of Marcia's energy. Hold on. Kimberly, could you type in the chat really quickly? I keep seeing medicine bottles in front of me. Is there some kind of medication conversation going on with you, or meds, or holistic healing? Like, I mean, they can be anything. They could be vitamins, they could be minerals, but it's something about pills or chemicals. And they can be natural chemicals. Kimberly Lennon Fryer, I think that's how you say it. Kimberly Lennon Fryer, are you still here? Pardon me. Okay. I just feel like, okay, you've been sick with sinus infection and bronchitis. Are you taking meds at the moment? Okay. I am sorry you're sick. Sinus infection and bronchitis. That sucks. Got it. Okay, that's why I'm seeing the pill bottles all in front of me. Okay, let me address what the message is, why Whale has come with the pill bottles and whatnot. I am not a medical professional of any kind at all. Sometimes I think I'm not a professional of any kind at all, much less a medical professional. So I am not diagnosing you, and I am not giving you treatment advice. What I am telling you is that if you would, Kim, do you suffer from headaches also? Hey, Tanya. Kim, do you suffer from headaches? Not just at this time, but maybe you over the years have gotten more headaches than the average bear. Okay. I'm going to wait for you to answer, but I know you have the bronchitis, right? I get that, but I keep being drawn to here where the sinus infection is. And I just keep feeling like when I want to go to speak, I'm not speaking. I don't know what a craniotomy is after nasal and sinus. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look it up. A craniotomy. Okay, well, no wonder I'm being drawn into this whole area, right? Okay. Oh my God, Gail. Oof, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me just say this, Kimberly. In this area right up in here, right? Where your sinuses would start up here and they would go here and start to drain down. And certainly that includes your third eye. Man, there is a blockage there, but it's an emotional blockage. And I'm not saying that because you said I have bronchitis and sinus issues. I'm saying that as a vehicle. How I got to that was, what's up with all the pill bottles? What are you working on medically? What are you doing this? What am I? God. Okay. Right. Okay. What's happening? Here's what whale and judgment has to do with that. So actually it's really all about whale. It's not so much about, well, it is kind of about judgment. Okay. I'm just gonna, okay. No, I'm not diagnosing you. I'm giving you metaphysical, spiritual insight. I'm not diagnosing you, but I see you on that. Okay, listen. Let me just cut to the chase. It's not that you don't speak your truth. It's not that you're duplicitous or dishonest in any way. But of all of the people that hold their angst in different parts of the body, you hold it all right in here. And what I'm being shown is that you work really hard not to give away anything from your eyes. There's something about the eyes. You absolutely know how of a giveaway that they can be. And you go blank in times of stress. You go blank in times of, oh, Kimberly, I just watched that movie last week. It's one of my guilty pleasures. It's the most raunchy movie and I love it. Okay. Ricky Bobby. So, it's just such a crappy movie and I love it. I love it. I love it. Mostly because if you had grown up in the South and you'd been around those pit crews and those racing fellows like I was, because I only live a couple hours from Daytona Beach. And when I was a kid, I tried to think it was cool. I hated it. The noise gave me a headache, but those fellows are just like that, just so you know. Not all of them, but anyway. Okay, let me go back to the whale. All right. You're working so hard for people not to see you that you're not seeing outside of yourself. And whale is here to tell you, because if you read on the internet or you watch videos on YouTube or whatever, and shake and bake, sweet baby Jesus, the Mountain Dew. Y'all, I wish I had some Mountain Dew. You don't even know. So people, not always, but I have seen and read, I've seen some video and I've read a number of accounts that people that actually meet whales, big whales in the wild, are always shaken to the core in a good way, a reverent way, and oh my God, I had no idea way, when they look into their eyes. And whales will turn their head to look at you with an eye. And actually, a friend of mine, I took a class with her. Her name is Julie Steelman. You can find her on Facebook. She is the most, one of the most amazing nature photographers I have ever seen. And where she lives, she gets to go out on whale watchings all the time. Her pictures and video of whales breaching is just epic. What this has to do with this is this. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky. Y'all stop. Y'all stop. I can't look at the chat because I'll break my concentration and be thinking about that movie and laughing. But there again, one of the reasons you have a sinus infection, other than the obvious scientific reason, is that it's a lot more fragile and sensitive and maybe a little bit bruised. It's a little more open to that. And so if you'll just work with whale energy, and I would really encourage you, oh my gosh, Kimberly, this is it. I'm talking to whale and I'm like, what? This is it. Listen here. All right. And I think this is a message for everybody. Listen up, y'all. Okay. So many of us try to hide who we are in our eyes. because we don't want the world to know whatever. Sometimes that can be successful, sometimes not so much. But you will always be successful, always, if you stand in the seat of your own power and just look somebody in the eye. It doesn't matter what emotional state you're in at the moment. It is a powerful thing to look someone else in the eye. But not just that, to look inside of them. I had a client one time. I've done over 65,000 readings. I've always had a client sometime. But I had a client one time who was in an abusive marriage. And we got through with her reading, and she said, "Could I just ask you woman to woman what your advice is?" And I said, yeah, but if you ask me, I'm going to tell you what I would do in that situation. I'm not going to tell you what I think you should do, because I don't know what you should do. Whatever came through your reading is what you should do. She said, okay, still. So I said, well, if you're not ready to leave and you're not ready to, do this, do that. She wanted him to go to therapy and do this and do that and whatever. I would really suggest that the next time that abuse is coming, you instantly, and you should practice this beforehand, you plant your 2 feet solidly, about shoulder length apart, and you straighten up your spine, and you start calling up, invoking the power from Mother Earth. It will make you strong as the biggest tree, a sequoia, a 200-year oak, whatever the strongest trees are in the world. You will never have to say a word if, when you draw up that power and you draw up that energy, you simply look him in the eye and do not flinch. Can you do that? She said, I don't know. I said, that's my best advice. She called me about a month later. She said, could I come in your office and see you? Sure, no problem. Are you booking an appointment? Nope, just want to see you for about 5 minutes. Yeah, no problem. She showed up with maybe the biggest gift basket I've ever gotten in my life. That thing was full of cookies and candy and chocolate and a bottle of champagne and all that. I'm like, what's this for? She said, it took me a week. She said, but I practiced it. She said, I practiced with my sister. She said, I practiced what you told me. And when he started to do his nonsense again, I stood in front of him just like you told me. I could feel the power coming up from Mother Earth. I projected that power out my eyes and from my heart chakra. And I simply stared him down, and he started crying. I'm like, right, because bullies are big babies. They've got no brass ones of any kind. They're just babies. They're bullies. And she said, he has agreed to go to therapy. We're going to start. And there you go. I was like, thank you very much. I'm so glad it was helpful. So that is what I'm getting for you, Kimberly, is whatever the things are that are not, they don't have to be scaring you, but they can intimidate you or confuse you or whatever. Don't keep all that energy bottled up in this area. Get to the point where you can stare anything directly in the eye by drawing up the power of Mother Earth. Some people like to draw down the power of Father Sky, the moon, whatever planet you identify with, right? I mean, it can be the, I always tell people that they should really, I try not to say to people, you should do this or you should not do that. But I really do try to encourage people to start with the ruling planet of their zodiac sign, because that's the most power you're going to have in this lifetime, because it is who you are. That's not saying that you are not, like, I'm ruled by Mars, and that's the warrior planet, right? Triple Scorpio. So I have to be careful that when I go to war, like, once again, for anybody who lives in Gainesville, Taste restaurant up there in Magnolia Park whiffed a $50 order. It's not cheap to buy from them, and they just whiffed it, and that was it. We're done there, right? So too much of your planet energy can send you in a tailspin. Like, in another day, I probably would have whipped out my lightsaber and caused a big old ruckus and been all kind of pissy because they messed up an order again. Today, I was like, I never even said anything. I was just like, okay, well, that's the last of my money they see, and they don't care. So, but if you're too light on your energy, that can also be damaging. So I hope that's helpful. But I took a little longer on that message. For those of you that are experiencing anything like that with having a real challenge, just looking people directly in the eye, the encapsulation of that, let me boil it down to brass tacks. No matter what you feel like, like people say, I don't want them to see me cry. I don't want this. I don't want that. Okay. You think they're not going to know they upset you, whether they see you cry or not? They're going to know. They're going to know. Because people that go after people to deliberately hurt them have a spidey sense that is bizarre. Okay. Excellent. Oh, you do have to finish reading Artist, Shaman, Healer, Sage. I keep that book right by my, right. It's right there. I'm looking right at it. I love that thing. Well, I love Catherine. She's one of my sisters, like one of my dearest friends. And anyway, okay. So, there we go. I hope that was helpful. I'm moving on. So that message was for everybody. So I'm moving on to Kai Karina. Kai Karina, are you still here? Kai Karina, are you still here? Okay. Okay, Kai Karina, I am going to, well, you're not guilty, alphanumerical 1. It's not about a guilty thing, but it is about people just always want to hide their emotions, and the emotions are just like, it's one of the most powerful things that you have available to you. Love being the most powerful, obviously, but why is it bad if somebody sees that you're angry? Why is it bad if somebody sees that you're hurt? And just because you're hurt, it doesn't mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that they won. It doesn't mean that you gave up. It means that in that moment, hey Don, it means that in that moment, you had the courage to be like, yeah, I feel this way. And it may be that you have to go look yourself in the eye. That is a very powerful thing. When people are in times of crisis, sometimes it's good to just go on over to to a mirror somewhere and just have a good sit down with yourself. We call it a come to Jesus talk here in the South. And, the thing we did in class last night, and can I just tell you, I love everybody in the Wild Pack, but that class that's going on, y'all that are in class, oh my word. I was up till about 2:00 this morning, just thinking about and looking over that video again and everything, because the work that they're doing in there is, and it's only like the 4th or 3rd week or whatever. Crazy. I would like to see. Oh, Sheila, I'm sorry you're heartbroken, but I'm not doing mediumship today. You can ping me later, and I'll see what I can get, but no mediumship today. So, we did in class last night where they did a journey. They, just so you know, Kai Karina, I hope you're here, and if you're not, then this card is going to be for Lightfoot. Just so you know. And so, thank you, Tanya. I'll send your check later today. I had them do a journey, a shamanic journey, a meditation, whatever you want to call it, quiet time, where they met themselves as their zodiac animal, their Western zodiac animal. And I got a couple of emails. Oh, hey, Lightfoot. All right, cool. All right. So I don't see Kai Karina. So this is going to be for you, Lightfoot. So, and it's Phoenix, and we're going to talk about this in just a second, especially because your name is Lightfoot. That's kind of crazy. So, so what I did was, whatever animal they had, they were to invite that animal, their zodiac animal, which is themselves, to have a sit down. And the assignment was to express a specific intention. What did they want to know from their animal, which is their self, right? Their self. Great googly moogly. Their angel heart, if I can call you out. You had a moment. You had a big discovery yesterday. And then I got a few emails last night, and I was like, and that's why Bernadette works with spirit, totem, and power animals. It's just such a joy, because it does bring insight and healing and development that no other system does. Why? Because we're dealing with the natural world. It's naturally who you are. And we have so much that gets in our way that tries to morph us like we're molding clay or something, to be molded, you know, like we're clay and there's a Pygmalion person, sculptor guy standing beside us going, no, I think I'll do this, and I think you should be like this, and I think you should be like that. Y'all, that disturbs my demons. And my whole life, it's been about being wild and free. And so it's a great pleasure and a great honor for me to be able to facilitate that into the world, because it's, yeah, it is. That's right, Raven. Nature is unconditional love. There you go. All right. So moving on. Lightfoot. So it's interesting that your screen name is Lightfoot and Phoenix came for you. Hold on. I want to be sure I'm hearing what I'm hearing. God, Lightfoot, do you have a headache too this morning? Or are you having I want to do this with my eyes. Are you having trouble with your eyes, or have had trouble with your eyes? Lightfoot, what's the eye thing or the headache thing? I really am feeling a lot of pressure behind my eyes. I don't know if you have ongoing fuzzy headed. Okay, there we go. Do you know why you're fuzzy headed? You need new glasses. Okay. Your eyes. There we go. All right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So here's the thing. Why is so much medical stuff coming to me this morning? I don't even know. I'm going to say it though. You're going to hear me. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not diagnosing anybody. I strongly encourage you to know that anything you're told is spiritual and metaphysical here on my channel, is spiritual and metaphysical in nature for entertainment purposes only, and I'm not a medical professional. Now, getting back to your eyes. Okay. So sorry, I'm talking to Phoenix. So, Lightfoot, I don't know. It almost feels like you were on a trajectory to be maybe in the public eye, or well known for something, like well known, or same kind of thing. That at one time you wanted some kind of notoriety, and you did some kind of major shift because you shied away from the notoriety. You're just like, yeah, I don't think this is for me, for whatever. But your rebirth as the Phoenix is actually going to be much better, than the notoriety that you were one time seeking, because there's tremendous power. It's a quiet power. I think you get underestimated a lot, and you maybe always have, but you're like, I don't know, like in a movie, you're like one of the wise ones that only come out when miracles need to happen. You come out, you do it very quietly, and then you blend back into wherever you're from. And I do keep hearing the word healing, healing, healing for you, Lightfoot. I don't know if you are on the path to be a healer, or you want to be on the path to be a healer, or you already are a healer, or you are going through a great healing time yourself. And since I'm seeing 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, I feel like it's a combination of both. And I also am literally seeing the number 2 for you, Lightfoot, which is repeating numbers, which are angelic numbers. And it's interesting because this Phoenix, in my psychic mind, the colors are not red and orange like a fire. The colors in my mind are white and iridescent like an angel. But it's almost like, well, if you've ever seen a white peacock, let's pretend that peacocks can fly. They can-ish. They don't go very far. They don't go very high. And they're about the clunkiest on landing. I mean, the stop, drop, and roll that a peacock has to do is, I feel badly for them. So okay, 1111 almost every day. Okay, so here's the thing, Lightfoot. 222 is the double power of 1111. If you look it up in numerology, they're both master numbers. They are master numbers. And both of them are numbers that are like, okay, you're put here to do healing in this world. So I'm hoping that you're hearing, about 3 foot off the ground, Kelly, if that. And if you see them launch off of a rooftop, oh God, I just want to run out and go, wait, here, land here. I got you. I love all animals. Peacocks are not necessarily the smartest animals on the planet, but they are sassy and they want what they want when they want it. But anyway, so there's something going on that is profound with you, Lightfoot. It is beautiful. It just speaks of angelic energy. It speaks of all of the lighter colored crystals, a clear quartz crystal, a fire opal, like a light fire opal would be good for you to. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Well, I do. Lightfoot, do you work with crystals? Do you have a special affinity for crystals? Because Phoenix, that looks like a peacock, was just like, these are the crystals she should be working with at this time. And I mean, I know a lot about crystals. I'm not so much in the crystal lane. But yeah, okay. I hope that's helpful, Teapot. I hope that's helpful, Lightfoot. Okay, so also I want to say to Angel Heart, you said, I saw in the chat, I just glanced at it real quick. Pardon me, you said that every card seems like a progression. It is. It's, it is, you know, the hope is that every time you pick a card, and you go, then it's taking you one step further. Okay. All right, Angel Heart, I'm getting to you. This is crazy. Huh. That's interesting. Raven Jensen, do I owe you a card? So y'all, I've been trying to, Amy, I don't know if you've been looking out for people that say me. What I was trying to get people to do is, if they left a review or they were going to leave a review for the Ark on Amazon, or a testimonial, to just write me, and that way I'll know who it is. And I only had that short list, but you know, here we are. Okay. Angel Heart, it's really fascinating that this card came out for you, especially considering what we were talking about in class last night. And Spirit never disappoints. Ever. So, okay, great, Pearl. All right, cool. Thank you. So, okay, that's funny. I was told to look over, and it's Pearl, and we're going to talk about this Pearl. So here's the thing. You know, I just don't know any other way to say this, because it's literally how it's coming. It's literally how it's coming to me at this moment. The world is your oyster. And if you've never heard that phrase before, basically it means you can have whatever you want in this world. Whatever you want, whenever you want it. And I feel like, Angel Heart, somewhere along the way, you lost the memory of, or the you just don't dream. And I don't mean physically dream like at night. I mean, like, I don't know that you have dreams in your life. I want to be this. I want to have this. I want to achieve this, or I want to be X, Y, and Z. I think you think about it a little bit, but it's not like you are allowing any great passion into your spirit, or to come out of your spirit to reach for it. And I am, oh, you did. Thank you, Amy. I am begging you, Angel Heart, to, oh, snappy. All right, I've got it. Okay, y'all. I've got the list now. Okay. So, I just am really begging you to work with oyster and pearls. Not diamonds and pearls. right? We don't want to be playing Prince. I do a terrible Prince, by the way. Diamonds and pearls. Yeah, see, my Prince impression is terrible, but let me just cut to the chase. You're supposed to be dreaming and making bigger plans for yourself and achieving more, just to reignite your own spirit, just to reignite your own passion. And I would really invite you to work with the sacral and solar plexus chakras, because I feel like your sacral chakra is asleep. Like when I step into your sacral chakra, honest to goodness, I just want to go kind of like my snoring dog in the back. When I step into your solar plexus chakra, the color isn't muddy, but it's slugging along. It's not that whee that a solar plexus chakra would be. It's like it's moving along like this, and it shouldn't be that way. It's not for you. It's just not for you. Meaning that's not how it's supposed to be for you. So Angel Heart, I really hope that was helpful. Surely I do. All right. Okay. Hey, Jamie L. Is it Jamie Law? If it's Jamie L, because it's Jamie Law, you heard from me this morning, just so you know. You'll know what that means. Okay, so moving on. Okay, sorry, y'all. I have got to return. I got a 911 text. Hold on. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so going back to the list, I don't know what order these were in, but okay, Valerie. I'm going to Valerie, then it'll be Raven, then it'll be Gail, then it'll be Pearl, and then Jamie L, and then I'm going to have to scooter poop you guys. Yeah, people send me an SOS all the time. Oh, Kimberly, you just read the whale page in the book and it's dead freaking on. You and I are going to be tight. Y'all, let me tell you something. It makes me giggle every time people are like, how did you know that? And I'm like, aren't you paying me to know that? Don't you expect me to know that? But no one ever expects it like that, right? But it's not me. I have the easiest job in the world. I literally am a ventriloquist dummy. That's what I am. I'm like Howdy Doody. I'm like, what's that comedian that carries his ventriloquist dummies all around? I can't think of his name. He's a funny cat. Anyway, but that's the information that I get from the animal allies. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so let me go to who did I say? All right, you guys stand by. I'm doing Valerie, Raven, then Raven, then Gail, then Pearl, then Jamie, and then I'm gonna have to scooter poop out of here. You can't even know what's going on up in here today. It's crazy expansion stuff. It's fantastic. Jeff Dunham. That's it. Jeff Dunham. Lord have mercy, that old boy is hilarious. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, Valerie, you've got 3 cards. They came out just like they were glued together. I'm not really sure what this is about, but I'll ask. You've got llama or alpaca. You've got owl, which is the moon card inverted, and then emu. Give me a second. This is let me talk to these animals. Valerie, are you experiencing a time where I kill you? That's hilarious. Are you experiencing a time where you're just kind of all over the place? Hey, Gypsy Nana. There wasn't a live until yesterday. I decided at the last minute to do a live, Gypsy. Valerie, are you experiencing like some upheaval or some just confusion? I just feel like when I step into your energy, it's like you're here, you're there, you're here, you're there, and you can't just really light on one thing. I would really encourage you that you could do very well by yourself if you would please start working with lunar energy. Now, the moon card, when it's inverted, it can mean a lot of different things. Owl can mean a lot of different things. And strangely, I don't think you should be working with owl energy at this moment. I think it's about lunar energy. Okay, so you are experiencing, Valerie, you are experiencing a lot of confusion and back and forth and back and forth. Yep, dark night dreaming. Got it. Okay. I do not recommend you working with owl energy. And maybe if maybe you have been trying to work with owl energy. It's just not the energy for you at the moment, but the moon energy is. The lunar energy is. And I'm really drawn to I'm really drawn I don't know if you do ritual work or ceremonies of some kind. If you don't, you're supposed to. If you did and you've slacked off, get back with it. There's something deeply profound and powerful for you today about working with lunar energy in a ritual or ceremony. And that you could do 50 rituals a day. You could do 50 ceremonies a day, but however often it makes sense for you, really do that. Now, what's interesting is, and I'm going to say, if people are open for a reading here on my channel, I'm never going to say anything that's going to embarrass you, hopefully, but I don't censor spirit. That's not my job. And I don't like it when people censor me. And so I don't censor spirit. It's the relationship that I have with the spirit world. There's something about this. These animals are talking to you about self-love. And I don't know if you're going through a time or have gone a lot through a time where you maybe don't feel attractive or wanted or desired. Maybe you're working with the feminine divine. There's some kind of femininity goddess thing going on with you. You got to give yourself a break, because you've got to give yourself a break. None of the negative self-talk, none of the self-loathing, none of the, it's almost like I see you shrugging your shoulders and going, well, this life, I just didn't get to be this, or I didn't get to be this, or I didn't get to be that. And, none of those things are true. None of those things are true. You are beautiful, and you are feminine, and you are divine, and you, I mean, it's not my job to say, somebody deserves this and deserves that, but it's not even about deserving. It's just, we're all beautiful. I mean, that's the whole point of creation, is that we were created. Each of us are works of art. Each of us are important. Each of us matter. Each of us are valid. Each of us is, and I am, holy cow, yes, I'm working so hard on self-love and divine feminine, but hard on myself. Okay. I love it when people are like, oh my God, holy cow, how did she know that? Because I'm a find your fancy. I love that, Lily. Because the animals told me. I just have to show up and say what the animals are telling me to tell y'all. So here's the thing. So that's your assignment, Raven. Excuse me, Valerie, is to work with emu and work with alpaca. These two particular cards, because the alpaca is from the Friends, Family, and Lovers expansion deck of the Ark, and the emu is from, oh lordy, it's 149 cards, y'all. I think the emu is in the mystery deck. I'm pretty sure it's in the mystery pack, but that really does speak to the divine feminine. And we women, we just carry an air of mystery about us, when we're tapping into that whole femininity thing. And then emu in my readings has always, every time I see this card, I'm like, all I can hear is Barry Manilow. Her name is Lola. She was a showgirl. And I sing that, right? Okay. All right. So that and lunar energy. Okay. I love you too, Valerie Wolf. I'm so happy it seems like this was helpful. Excellent. All right. Moving on to Raven, Gail, Pearl, and then Jamie, and then I'm done. So, all right. Raven. You're welcome, honey. Whoa. Okay, Raven. Let me tell you something. This is no joke. So the capybara is from the Moms and Babies, expansion pack of the Ark. And look at the look of just bliss on this capybara's face. She's got her 2 babies nursing. Okay. And then we've got the stork card, which is the baby bringing card, is the 6 of Swords. Now, the 6 of Swords is not a fantastic card. And that's why Black Stork wanted to be. Most people don't even know there is such a thing as black storks, but there is. But Black Stork wanted to be the 6 of Swords because there's an old wives' tale that says deserving parents have a healthy bouncing baby delivered to them by a white stork, and undeserving parents have a baby delivered to them by a black stork, and things go terribly awry. That baby may not be or grow up to be everything they dreamed that they would want a child to be. Now, my boys are everything to me. Okay. So what I'm feeling from this is there's something that you want to start. New relationship, new career, new you, a business. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Lily, you can't, Lily. You cannot post things like pigs in space. You cannot post that. You can. Okay. So everything new. Okay, Raven, this makes total sense. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. Y'all in the middle of her serious reading. Come on now. Okay. You've got a thing going on about whether you think you're deserving or not. Because I see a mama capybara just looking up at you, and they are like the most social, loving, sweet. I mean, I have to admit, I would like to have a capybara or 2 or 10. And just so everyone knows, I don't know why I'm being told to tell y'all this morning. So at my age, and working with the health stuff that I do, all the autoimmune stuff, it makes not a lick of sense for me to get some acreage, 3, 4, 5 acres, and just start having, maybe doing some rescue, getting licensed to do just small rescue of some small exotics, that kind of thing. But I swear to Swanee, I keep having dreams about it. I keep having visions about it. It's nuts. So let me go to capybara again. And so, wait, no worries. Hold on. Sorry, Raven. Raven, yes. Okay, I'm guessing the yes means you're having a challenge believing that you deserve whatever these new babies are that you're trying to birth. Please work with capybara energy. Please. Please. Please, 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 please. At its core, a black stork is no better or worse than a white stork, just as animals go. Just animals. But when you pair it with the 6 of Swords, and then you take a look at the color, right? Some people think the color black, and Kimberly, I would have, we all, you know what? I'll get a ranch. It'll be one big commune, and we will all rescue animals together. Okay. So the color black is definitely associated with negativity, the occult in a negative way, that kind of thing. Ridiculous. But it can be scary outside at night. Nights are usually black and dark, and I get that. But on the other side of that, black is also considered a power color, which is why people wear black suits or dark navy suits, blue suits. It's a show of power. So As sweet as capybaras are, and they are just the sweetest animals, never mistake how powerful mom energy can be. I don't care how sweet you are. Now, what I mean by that is, think of the tiniest animal you can think of. Well, there are some animals over in Australia, because it's always got to be Australia. That's the most deadly place in the world. That if they're in danger, they will throw their baby to the predator so that they can get away. It breaks your heart. It breaks my heart. Totally get that. But they do it for natural survival instinct to keep the species going. Because one less breeding mom is a bunch less pups or whatever. In this moment, you're being asked to work with stork, almost like pick a color. And I literally keep seeing the color purple. So Raven, I'm wondering if you have a specific tie to the color purple. And I don't know, I just keep seeing the color purple all around you. So work with that color. And then the other thing I want to say about moms is, if they're not some of those moms, and there are very few of them in the animal kingdom that I know of anyway, it doesn't matter how tiny they are, they will fight to the death to protect their children. And that can be metaphorical, because I know when someone gets rowdy with me and they want to disrupt my flow in my business, nobody wants to see that. Here's why. Because these are living beings to me. You're living beings to me. My job in this life is to help as many animals as I can, and that includes humans. So you guys could feel the shift in my tone. You could feel the shift in my energy, the shift in my eyes. There's a reason people call me Mama Bear. Very rarely do people get to see that. And it's worth popcorn and a beer. But that's what I'm saying. There's something about protecting yourself. Oh, there you go, Raven. That's okay. You've been working on your crown chakra. Okay, that's why I'm seeing purple. Okay. So that's what I'm saying is, you've got to get to that place where these new things that you want are as important to you as your physical children. And you've got to think of all these new things as your child. There you go. Hope that was helpful. Okay, moving on. Ooh, I gotta go. All right, Gail. Gail. I'm going to flip a card for you. Gail Wyatt. Gail, I hope you're still here. Gail Wyatt. There are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good. Don't get me started on Grease. Because you know why? Because we go together like Rama Lama Lama, ka-dingity ding dee dong. All right. Gail. Ta-da! You've got the macaw, the world card. I don't know what there is to say about this except for, can I have some of what you're having? Like, Shazam. There's just, this light just came flooding in and all these sparkles, and man, I dig it. It's whatever you've got going on over there is, we're all coming to party at Gail Wyatt's house. You played Rizzo in high school? Didn't we all? And who else did I play? What's the one from Oklahoma? Ado Annie. It ain't so much a question of not knowing what to do. Yep, that was me in high school. I somehow always got to play the bad queens and the bad girls. Wonder how that happened. Okay. Gail, honest to goodness, I want to give you some deep meaning about this card. But this card is what it is. This card is about flying high. It's about living your most colorful life, bringing more color into your life. Because I will tell you, I do feel that with you, Gail. Are you doing some kind of makeover, like with your home or your clothes or your hair? Like, I just feel like you're bringing more color, more vibrancy into your life, and this is going to help. So I don't know why you needed to be reminded of this today, but literally the world card, the macaw, has shown up to tell you not only are you on the right trajectory, but you're fixing to do some flying high. There is just so much great stuff coming your way that it's almost like anything you would touch or dream up or manifest will turn to pure gold, whatever that means for you. Okay. All right. Wonderful. So so Gail, you're changing up the colors in your home. Excellent. That's so cool. Okay. So again, I don't mean to cut your reading short, but it really is a one and done. Whatever this trajectory is that you're on, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So congratulations. Let us know. All right. So, I'm trying to think if literally there's nothing else except for you're on the right trajectory with bringing more color. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Pearl, and then Jamie. Okay. Pearl. So Pearl, for you, I'm setting a specific intention because I feel like your energy is very low at the moment. Like you're just really tired in your spirit. Okay. I just feel like you're really tired in your spirit, Pearl. And it's almost like you don't have anybody around you at the moment that supports you. You do all the supporting of everyone else. Now, I know from social media that you take care of your husband. Okay. And so I will tell you that this transcends that. This is not about your relationship or how you take care of him. This is about literally everybody around you. And I keep hearing and seeing animals from Australia. Do you want to go to Australia or spend time in Australia? Are you originally from Australia? There's something Australian in your connection. I'm not really sure what it is, but you'll know if that makes sense. If why I'm being shown Australia is you're like, well, I've always wanted a vacation in Australia. It may not be just exactly about Australia. Oh my, yes. Okay. Oh my, yes to Australia. Pearl, do you want to live there? Do you want to visit there? Just give me a word. Visit, live, came from. I just need to know because whatever the connection is to Australia, you've got to move. A Kiwi. Come on now. You've got to. Oh, I love my job. I so love my job. You've got to make it happen. There's something about Australia that is deeply like going into past lifetimes. Going into past lifetimes, your connection. Okay. That's fine. And that's fine. But it is, I see what you're writing and I'm still shaking my head. There's something about you either being in Australia, visiting Australia, but also I feel like, okay, right. I'm just going to say it, Pearl. I don't traditionally do past life work. I just don't because I'm evidential. And unless I can verify it, unless the person sitting in front of me is like, yes or no, if I'm like, have you experienced this or have you experienced that? I was shown you as an Aborigine in a past life in Australia. Do you resonate with anything Aboriginal or indigenous to, I mean, it would only be Australian. Do you resonate with that? And if it's like, you're like, well, I like it and I'm interested in it, but it's not like, I'm not obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with England. I am obsessed with England. Always have been. England. I'd love to visit Ireland. I'd love to visit Scotland. But if I had my druthers, I'd live in England. That said, okay, so see, Canuel, this could be for you. This could be for you. Because remember, when I do a reading for one of, for other people, it's always going to be germane for somebody. It's always going to be also for someone else. That readings just don't come in a vacuum. I don't know, Pearl. I here. Okay, so Pearl, here's what I'm going to tell you. I would really encourage you, when you're doing your work, whatever sacred work you do, meditation, prayer, whatever, I would really encourage you to just ask your ancestors to start showing up to you. And it may be something like you love the thought of them, like this has just been a ghost of a something. Because here's how it works for me, guys. If I give a message and somebody's like, not so much, and it's no, because air traffic control problems happen. Sometimes I'll get a message that's actually for the person the next day or the next 5 hours or whatever. Okay. But in that case, when it's really not for them, the feeling, the vision, the words, the smell, the taste, the whatever, it'll just go away. It just like disappears. But when it's for them and we're both not just quite getting there, the feeling, the vision, the taste, the smell, the whatever, it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and just is like, no, they've got to know this. They've got to know this. So here's the thing, Pearl. Oh, that's it. Pearl, have you been working on your ability to do predictions, future seeing, future predictions? Have you been working on that? Dime to a donut says you have. Dime to a donut. Pearl. Okay, I got to wrap up because I got to get to Jamie and wrap up. But Pearl, I feel like you've been working on your ability to see into the future. And that is exactly why, this is showing up like this is. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if sometime in the next couple months, you have where you're like, I'm gobsmacked. Some kind of interaction about Australia right. Exactly. Okay. Right. Okay. It will be about Australia, but it will also be a thing that'll just hit you so deep in the pit of your stomach about where you have an awakening where you're like, oh my God, I really was an Aboriginal in another life. There you go. Okay. All right. Wrapping up. Jamie L., are you still here? Jamie L., are you still? Okay. Yeah. See, I didn't know that, Pearl. I didn't know that that's what you do. I didn't know. So there we go. Okay. Jamie L., you got the octopus. You got the King of Cups. Jamie L., please tell me you're on here. This is such an awesome card. Ugh. Fantastic. You've got the King of Cups. Now, the reason that the King of Cups, that octopus wanted to be the King of Cups is there's such a wisdom and a majesty about the big octopi. And in my understanding of the spirit animal world, they're as majestic and smart and kings of the forest, kings of the sea as whales are, as dolphins are. The ones that we normally think of, the animals that we normally think of are like the kings and the queens. But octopus, I personally think they're from off-world. I personally think that octopi have a connection to the constellations, to deep space, the way out there. I really do. And I feel like you're going through a time, Jamie, where you are trying to be, I feel like you're trying to be everywhere at once. And maybe you're juggling a lot of different things. and you should be right now. It's going to serve you super, super, super well. And if you get to a time where you feel like all these spinning plates you have going on are going to crash, instantly call on octopus energy, and those tentacles, those 8 arms are going to come out, and they're going to come up under you. They're going to come up under yours, and they're going to support your hand so that you can deal with all these spinning plates. Jamie, I said I wasn't going to do mediumship today, but Jamie, I need you to chime in. Please answer this like quickly, because I've got to go. Jamie, do you have someone who crossed over that you resonate with them, or you identify them by they used to hold your hand a lot, whether they held your hand like this, or they would hold your hand a lot, like to learn how to paint or decorate a cake, or I don't know, drill a screw into something, just something where someone, you associate someone who's crossed over with, they held your hand, they steadied your hand, they supported you by this. Jamie, please, 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 I need to know this. Yeah, see, Canuel, I don't think it's a hand reading. I literally felt, when I went to do this, I felt Spirit's hand cup up under this. I want to hold your hand. Yeah, that's true, Kimberly. It could be. Maybe they had a fascination with the Beatles or something. Okay. No, but feel connected to the universe. Okay. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so Jamie, I'm gonna I don't know what you're saying no to. I don't know what you're saying no to. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I see the tentacles of this octopus going everywhere and catching this and then catching this and then reaching out to catch this and reaching out to support this. There is something going on with you that has to do with juggling a lot of things. And octopus is there to support you. I would invite you to revisit the who you have on the other side that you associate with hand holding, and it'll come to you. It'll probably come to you later today or tomorrow. It's super important that you know that you are being supported in a very physical way, whatever that means for you, but in a very real and very physical way. Now, I don't know if any of you have had the experience where you literally feel Spirit touch you from the other side. It's only happened to me a few times. It's a feeling you'll never forget. And I feel like that's what's happening. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like that's what's happening for you. So I hope that was helpful. Y'all, I got a scooter poop. I said I was only going to be on here half an hour, and here I am an hour and a half later. I hope this was helpful. Tomorrow I'll be doing a reading for the collective. I'll go ahead and do a 3-card pull, past, present, and future. And I love you guys so much. If you are wanting to discuss, or you've got some questions or whatever, get on over to thewildpackwisdom.com/forums, because that's where I'm about to be in just a few minutes. And you guys just have a great rest of your day. And I'll see any of you that can show up tomorrow at noon. I will see you then. So do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.